AOAP CMDP series. We're talking about changing oil notifications, how to print and transmit, right? So I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I've had a lot of awesome feedback. At the end of the series, I think we're actually going to go in the GCSS-A and actually build AOAP sample, right? So that's how we're going to wrap up the series. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and jump in and get started here. All right. So like I said, today we are talking about changing oil sample notifications, how to print and transmit, right? So the purpose, use this transaction to display a list of sample notifications that are due process. We're going to drill down into each selected notification to enter the sample taken date, right? Populate the codes to indicate how the sample was taken and put the notification in process. We're going to print the oil analysis request, which is your 2026, print the bottle labels, and then transmit the oil sample data to the lab, right? So your trigger, perform this transaction when oil samples have been taken and the notification needs to be processed and transmitted to the lab. So just like our previous videos, it all starts from your equipment situation report, right? So you'll put in your UIC and you're going to hit enter. Once you're here, you can select all, and then you're going to hit the notifications tab. From there, it's going to load this, right? So you're going to hit the O, just like in previous videos, oil analysis. You'll hit the little check mark for copy button, and then it's going to bring up all of the O1 notifications for AOAP, right? So like I told you guys before, you can actually hold the control key down and highlight multiple notifications, and it'll open one as we finish one, it'll open the next. But here we are, right? So we're going to change PM notification, right? So we're going to enter the date of the resample was taken, right? So click the space below the vertical scroll bar to enter the date when it was taken, right? So once you're here, you're going to click the sample date taken, right? Pretty easy. Load up the calendar. For example, we're going to use November 8th. We're going to hit the little check mark for copy, and then there you go. It is loaded in, right? So check the oil sample data tab. So we need the multiple selections activity button like we were done before. So click the activity buttons. We're going to click the expand tree button. It's going to open up everything for us, right? So this is where we're going to put in the data and how we're actually going to draw the sample and how we're going to process the sample. So if you look for the O1 type temperature, we're going to use a hot sample. How we're going to test it or pull the sample, drainer tube, pull inverted tube. We're going to do a lab request. Okay. So the reason is going to be routine, right? And then of course the results. Once that's done, you're going to complete the following, right? You hit the scroll bar, and then we're going to actually look at what type of oil we put, or what type of oil we tested for the oil analysis program. So once we do that, 1540, we'll hit the copy button, and then everything we just inputted is right here on the activities tab. Then we're going to hit the green checker flag to put it in process. Right, we'll hit the save button. All right, so the status bar, yep. Now we're going to work on our second notification, right? So engine AOAP. So sample date taken field, make sure that we put in the dates like we did previous notification. We'll put in November 8th, right? And you look right here is what I'm talking about, the sample data, sample taken date, right? That we're going to go to our multi-selections activity button, where we're going to put in the information that we did in the previous one, how we're, what temperature was, hot or cold, how we drew it, requesting, talking about the oil sample and the reason, right? And of course the results. Once that's done, put this in process button, we'll hit the save button. Now we're going to work on our third notification here, right? So our third notification, just like before, sample taken date, make sure we fill that out. Oil sample data tab, we're gonna hit the multi-selection activity, right? So from here, we're gonna do the same thing we just did. Put in the same information or whatever, however we're drawing it or however you guys are actually doing this, it's gonna be here, right? With the reason, click space, Roger, we're tracking this, what type of oil. We'll click copy, we're gonna put it in process. We'll hit the save button. All right, so now we need to print the oil analysis request forms, right? So like I said, you hold the control key down, you'll highlight all of the notifications you want to open. As we've done with one, it'll load the next, right? So here we are, we're going to print the 2020-62 form, right? Print preview, yes. Hit other functions, right? We're going to print the bottle label. We will print the bottle label from here, right? We'll hit execute. We're going to print preview. We'll print, hit the back button, right? Now we need to transmit the data to the AOAP lab, okay? Do not transmit the data if you not confirm that your Army Enterprise email is populated in your user profile, okay? We're going to do a video on how to maintain a user profile and display Army email address, right? But like I said, you need to make sure your email address is correct. We're going to hit the other functions button. All right, so once we hit the other functions button, you'll see here, transmit AOAP data. So the display log shows the information that has been transmitted, okay? If the sample taken date was not entered in any of the selected notifications, none of the notifications will be transmitted. This log will display a list of notifications, okay? The sample date column would be blank. So if we did not put a date in, it would be blank and would not let us do it, okay? So we're gonna hit the back button, okay, whichever date, right? We're gonna hit update. Now, if you look, the description field has been updated with sent, right? For each notification that's been transmitted to AOAP lab. So sent, sent, sent. So okay, it's with the lab. Hit the back button like usual, and then your summary. You've displayed a list of oil samples that are due for processing. You've drilled down notification. We've entered the sample data, sample date taken. We've populated the codes, indicated how the sample was taken, and we also put the the notification in process. We've also been able to print our oil analysis request, print our bottle labels, and transmit the oil sample data to the lab. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe button. Sometime probably late next week, we'll have part 8 ready. But as always, go Ordnance.